no! Stop right there! We are going from strength to strength because I have managed to get, well, in fact, he offered. Jamie Theakston of The Worried Men offered to write a theme tune for us. Well, not a theme tune, but the intro music for the intro of this thing. It's the winter now, so I've got my hat on, sitting in my little shed, and I'm freezing. But I'm so excited because we've got new intro music. Take it away! Before we go any further, what makes good health? What makes a human body healthier than an inhuman body? What makes a human body healthier? Well, one of the things is feeling good. So what makes you feel good? Feeling bad, obviously, things like stress, that can cause ill health. But feeling good, that can cause good health. What makes you feel good? Sometimes just a good blast on a bike, that'll make you feel good. Endorphins not only kill pain, not only make you feel good, but they also send signals to the brain to heal things. It's not a fast process. You won't get on your bike and suddenly be cured of being lazy. Although it's not a real malady, I love being lazy. Getting on your bike won't cure you of having nasal hair or other maladies like that, but it will over time make you feel better, and going on a good long ride really does do you good. Maybe you like to get up before anybody else. Maybe you like it completely wild. It's being where all the people are, or lots of people, or lots and lots of people. Maybe you just like to hang around and do nothing. Or maybe you like being out in the middle of nowhere where there is nobody for miles and miles. And miles. Whatever you enjoy, do more of it. In issue 1, I said we'd talk about sleep. Can you fall asleep in the middle of the day? And yet, in the middle of the night, or even after the middle, you just can't get back to sleep. It's true to say that just about every problem has a solution. But by the same count, solutions can also give rise to problems. Right. Of course, I'm talking about drugs. So much for a safety razor. It's a bit of a misnomer. I thought I'd stop throwing plastic in the bin and in landfill and in the sea and buy something I could change the blades with. Safety razor. There are 5 stages of sleep, and barbiturates really only take you through one of them, and that is falling asleep. Much the same as alcohol, and you can't mix the two. Alcohol and barbiturates don't mix because they can kill you. They never told me that when I was a kid. Stretching and yawning wakes your frontal lobe and helps you to wake up easier. It's one of those things that we all need, and yet so many of us struggle with it. In order to get good sleep, you need to go to bed the same time every night, wake up the same time every morning, no matter whether it's a weekend or a work day. Keeping a regular time helps your biorhythms get in sync. This is a free biorhythm calculator you can get online. As you can see, it's got 12 days between the peak and the trough. Of course, biorhythms don't actually show your sleep rhythms, but there is an app you can get on your telephone which will do that. You need something like that. If you can see that, well, there it is. Anyway, you need a watch on your arm, and this app can show you what your sleep patterns are like. If we go into trends, you can see that there's a good one. You can see that it's a rhythm. More sleep, less sleep, more sleep, less sleep. It goes in a wave. And if when you wake up you can have a daylight bulb, that will help to spark off the whatever chemicals it is, melatonin, something like that. I've just woken up. Regular exercise, great boon to sleep. When I take a rest day and don't exercise so much, my sleep really suffers the next day. Sleeping for some is easy, especially for non-bikers, because for most non-bikers life is very boring. I mean, try to imagine life without a bike. You'd be able to fall asleep really easily, wouldn't you? Sleeping on your back allows your spine to straighten out, and it also allows the skin on your face to sag more elegantly. It helps to stop fine lines from appearing. I've slept a lot on my side. Sleeping on your side, on the other hand, allows the brain to release its toxins, and it also, if you sleep on your right side, the left nostril will open up, and that will allow the airways to open on that side, which also helps your brain waves to come down to an alpha state. If you sleep on your left side, your stomach is larger on that side, so if there's any food in the stomach, it's less uncomfortable. But I would suggest that you don't eat for at least 3 hours before going to bed, because eating ramps up your metabolism, which is going to keep you awake. Also, going to sleep at the same time every night is a very good idea. I know you like to sit in the field and listen to Stevie. Who doesn't? But as you get older, the sleep is becoming more important. Okay, now and again, at a rally, obviously you're going to do that. We all do. But if you can go to sleep at the same time every night, your body gets used to it and gets ready for it. It knows it's sleep time. Another thing, counting sheep used to be the old thing, but let's face it, it's a bit boring, isn't it? So, well, it's supposed to be boring, it makes you fall asleep. Find something that you relate sleep to, like a pillow, and just count pillows. That will help you fall asleep. Also, before you go to sleep, write down anything that's on your mind. Keep a pen and pad of paper by the side of the bed. Then if you do wake in the night and you have something on your mind, you can write it down and sort it out in the morning. Ideally, you want to cut out use of blue screen type devices like your telephone, your laptop, your computer, your television, because they all produce a blue light which will wake you up. Red light, on the other hand, as long as it's not very strong, will help you to sleep because it affects the brain waves. Other things that affect the brain waves are binaural beat CDs. You can get CDs of sleep. The old way used to be using white noise. People used to listen to white noise, especially for babies, to help them get off to sleep, like a background buzz. Bzz. That's continual, tends to blank out any other noises, so you won't hear noises from your environment. These days they're talking about pink noise. Now pink noise is the sound of nature, so things like rain, waves on the beach, a stream, that sort of thing. They can really help lull you off to sleep. But even better than that is adding in binaural beats. Binaural beats play one sound in one ear and a different sound in the other ear. So you get your brain waves tuning to the difference between the two hertz. So a hertz is 1 beat per second. If you have 410 hertz in this ear and 400 hertz in this ear, the difference between the two, which is 10 hertz, is what your brain waves will acclimatise to. They will dip down to that difference in tone. It's how they used to do shamanic drumming and things like that. So it's something that's been around for thousands of years, but we seem to have lost contact to it until about the, I think it was the 50s or the 60s, and people started looking into brainwaves a bit more. The sleep brainwave is the alpha state, and so when you drop into sleep, you drop into the alpha state. It goes from there to theta and then to deep sleep, which is delta. Other things that help you to do that are things like essential oils. You can have lavender essential oil, sandalwood's quite good, and cedarwood. They're both good smells to help your brain relax. The thing is not to use one thing over and over again. You want to swap between one binaural beat and another. So you can use one for say 6 weeks at a time, but then swap to another one, because you can get them quite cheaply online, but your brain will get used to them. It falls into sync with them and they don't work so well. So what you want to do is have 2 or 3 that you can rotate. Same with essential oils. If you're using essential oils, just a drop or 2 on your pillow of sandalwood one night, add to it the next day vetiver, I think it's vetiver oil, something like that. Anyway, I mean, look up sleep things look up sleep enhancing drugs, but not drugs, because drugs become addictive and then you reach a new standard of needing more to take you down into the same place. Herbs, on the other hand, you can use valerian root, which is very good. Chamomile tea, drink a cup of tea before you, an hour before you go to bed, just so that you can have a wee before you drop off. And if you do wake up in the middle of the night, you can take something like L-carnitine, acetyl L-carnitine, something like that. Then there's magnesium. Magnesium is something that we need for all of the cells in our body. It's really good for the heart, but it's also good to take it before bedtime because it helps you drop off to sleep. Magnesium citrate, magnesium borate, magnesium glycinate, about 300 milligrams. I try to steer clear of magnesium stearate. It's in a lot of tablets, but for myself, I know that it affects me. It can start a rash appearing in the centre of my chest. Strange, I know, but true. Other things, deep breathing before going to sleep. When you are asleep, your breath rate deepens anyway, so if you can mimic that while you're awake, it will help to take you down slower. And the longer the breath in and the longer the breath out, obviously they have to match, really. That does help to bring your brainwaves down. Another thing is a nice warm bath in Epsom salts, massage or meditation, lemon balm tea, banana, and one of the main things is to keep your pineal gland clean. I talk a little bit about that in a book I'm about to release called Biker Psych, which is about looking after yourself on the road. But you need a clean pineal gland because it's a major part of the brain, even though it's very, very small. Ventilate your room, because a slightly lower temperature helps you to fall asleep. Because when you are asleep, your body drops about half a degree. This month's exercise, again, not really an exercise, but it'll do you good. It's simply this. If you can balance, that's great. But the main thing is your intestines are getting massaged.